Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and welcome to 2021. Brand new year, and it's already off to a pretty crazy start, but one thing that's not going to change is my love of vinyl records. What I've got here for you today is my first vinyl haul video of 2021. I picked up some pretty eclectic and diverse releases, and right now I'm going to show you what I've picked up over the course of the last few weeks. I'm going to start out with two things I got over at Zia Records here in town. First of all is the reissue of the Michael Schenker Group Built to Destroy US mix. This was the fourth and final studio album from the Michael Schenker Group in their original incarnation, which actually changed members a few times. There's two different mixes of this album with different track list running orders and a few different vocal parts and things. One of the players on this album is Derek St. Holmes, best known for being the vocalist and second guitarist with Ted Nugent. You can actually hear his vocals in a few places on this album. There's a track that on the US version has him singing pretty prominently, whereas main vocalist Gary Barden just sings those parts on the original UK mix of the record. Gary Barden returned to the band on this album after one album absence, where he was temporarily replaced by Graham Bonnet for one album. Here's the liner notes and the inner pictures. Sadly, we lost drummer Ted McKenna a few years ago. Very talented guy and a damn shame. Other thing I got from Zia, this is Alice Cooper, Lace and Whiskey. One of his first solo albums after the classic band disbanded, although it still had production from the classic band's producer Bob Ezrin. This one's best known for the rock ballad You and Me. I love that photo of him in a tie sitting at a typewriter like he's an author, because it's such a far cry from what we associate with Alice Cooper. There's another great photo on the inner sleeve. Liner notes on that side. And this is a special re-release that has the record appropriately enough on whiskey brown vinyl. I just got done listening to this one, and I love revisiting things from all eras of Alice Cooper's career. This one was no exception. Visited my buddy Joey over at Record City again, and I just picked up this reissue. This is Temple of the Dog. This was a super group of sorts that did one album in tribute to Andrew Wood, the late singer of Mother Love Bone. This included Eddie Vedder, Jeff Ament, Stone Gossard, all of whom went on to become Pearl Jam, as well as the late great Chris Cornell of Soundgarden fame. When this came out, Soundgarden had actually already been together for some time, but hadn't achieved the mainstream success they'd later get. I'm glad to see this album got reissued. Sadly, there are no liner notes or anything, so they don't even give you like a list of the band members. They say on the record itself who wrote what songs, but I mean, for the deluxe treatment, this really deserves better. There is another release out that actually has like a bonus disc of demos and outtakes. If that's available on vinyl, I might have to add that to my collection, maybe see if that does a little better in the liner notes department. Classic from the early mid-'80s. Alcatraz, Live Sentence, No Parole for Rock and Roll. The group that featured Graham Bonnet after he was fired from the Michael Schenker Group. These guys put out some amazing songs over the years. Got some great tunes off the first Alcatraz album, which featured Yngwie Malmsteen. But then it also has a few Graham Bonnet-era Rainbow songs, including Since You've Been Gone and All Night Long, both of which are personal favorites. I love pretty much anything to do with Graham Bonnet, and this live album is a great picture of how they sounded back in the day. Speaking of Graham Bonnet and Alcatraz, Joey even gave me a little bonus item when I went to Record City last. This is still sealed. It's a cassette copy of No Parole from Rock and Roll. I mean, how cool is that? Just totally random, but a great find and something I'm glad Joey threw in for me. Here's something I found in the budget bin over Record City. This is Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits. You may not recognize the name instantly, but I guarantee you've heard one of this guy's songs at one point. Some of his hits included North to Alaska, which was, of course, featured in the John Wayne film of the same name. The Battle of New Orleans, which has been covered by who knows how many people. I don't even think Johnny Horton was the first one to do that. And then Sink the Bismarck being another favorite. Sadly, he was killed at age 35 in an auto crash in 1960, but the guy recorded a lot of entertaining songs back in his prime, and great to finally have his hits on a vinyl record. Another totally random find I made, and one of my personal favorites that I found over Record City. This is Lorne Greene, welcome to the Ponderosa. This guy looks familiar. He's the actor that played Ben Cartwright on the long-running Western TV series Bonanza, and he also starred in the original Battlestar Galactica TV series. So he's a guy that kept busy over the years, and this album's got a lot of songs of the Old West. Got a picture of him in the recording studio there, and then a letter he wrote to his sons in character as Ben Cartwright. I love seeing stuff like this because I love retro TV, pop culture type stuff. Most of the songs feature a spoken word intro from Greene. Some songs on here include the hit song Ringo that he had on the charts back then, as well as the theme music to Bonanza, which actually has Lorne Greene singing lyrics. Interesting piece of trivia. The theme music to Bonanza was written by Jay Livingston and Ray Evans. They also wrote the Christmas song Silver Bells. And then a few other tracks of note and interest, including his version of the traditional song Ghost Riders in the Sky. So, really glad I found this because it's just totally random, not even something I was searching for, and ended up being one of my favorite finds. Another good one from Record City. This is David Coverdale's Whitesnake, Snake's Bite. This is their debut EP, although this is an expanded version which has the EP on side 1, and then it has 4 tracks from the David Coverdale solo albums on side 2, which he recorded in between Deep Purple and the band Whitesnake. You can see his band members in the photos down there. So this was a nice find. This, of course, produced by the older solo David Coverdale tracks were produced by Roger Glover, who he played with in Deep Purple. And then the new songs were produced by Martin Birch, who sadly we just lost not too long ago. Probably best known for his long-running association with the Iron Maiden. He also produced 2 albums for Blue Oyster Cult, which are some of their best records. And the last thing in this vinyl haul, also from the budget bin at Record City, this is Pete Townsend, Empty Glass. The guitar player for The Who. This was a great solo album that had the solo hits Let My Love Open the Door and Rough Boys. So anything I can get that's by The Who or Who related is always a welcome addition to my collection. I need to get more of The Who's proper albums on vinyl. This is one that I'm really glad I could get my hands on. There's the liner notes and the lyric sheet. So at the beginning of 2021, have you done any vinyl shopping at all? What's your favorite find? Is there a store in your area you like to go to score vinyl? Comment down below and let me know what you think, because I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content, and give this video a like if you found it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson, and I will see you next time.